Hello, everybody. My name is Lewis Lee, and this is Playing in Traffic. We do this every Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, so tell all your friends that we talk about cars, boats, trucks, and anything you put gas in. What's up, Ray?
Lewis, how are you?
Good.
And
Good.
I see, we're going to be in a lull this week because just like on Motormouth Radio, when I have guests and when we have guests here, the viewership goes up. So I
Mhm.
guess no one wants to see us. Nobody
Right.
wants to hear. They don't want to hear our crap, I guess, because last week I had the guys in who that 65 Impala that I resurrected. I had the two sons who inherited it,
That was
and
nice.
man, it just jumped my numbers right up. I guess all their friends, I probably told all their friends to watch. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that was a nice looking car.
very nice. But
Uh,
the takeaway there was that was a car that was in very good shape. The father took very good care of it, and he stored it in a storage facility, a storage locker, and it didn't even have cobwebs under it. I got cobwebs under my car in my garage. You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so but to take a car out of storage that was in good shape, what does it cost to get it back together? And that was a few $1,000s to
Yeah.
do that with
What
parts
to
and
do, like tires and hoses and stuff like that?
I did put four tires on it. I changed all the hoses. I mean, it's two radiator, two heater hoses. I did all the wheel cylinders, master cylinder. I had to replace some brake lines.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, master cylinder. I had to change the tie rod end. It really wasn't a lot of parts at the end of the day. Fuel pump, had to rebuild the carburetor. Of course, had to put a gas tank in it because that one was bad. So a new sending unit, and hardware and all. So really, at the end of the day, the parts weren't the parts and labor came out pretty even,
Mm.
and but that's and I told these guys, I said, listen, it was I knew going in I was going to take it easy. I didn't want to hurt these kids,
Right.
and I told them, I said, if you had gone into a regular shop and just off the street, you probably would have paid double or more
Yeah.
of what this came to. And I wasn't being greedy. I was making a fair rate for labor
Mhm.
and passed on the parts. So I felt that was the right thing to do.
So that was a 65?
65 Super Sport. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite body style.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I had that slope back window. I like that.
Well, on the there were three roof lines on the 65. There was the slope back on the SS. They had
Mm.
more of a conventional back, and in this car was a convertible. So that had a slope back, so it was a convertible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. I remember the other one that has like it's chopped
it,
almost.
it's more of a conventional roof, yeah. In
Yeah.
66 and 7 also. Um, and the four doors got that roof all the time. So it was kind of funny because we that car came out and literally they were there. I rode to their house for them to make sure they get there because these two guys, they were 28 and 24 years old, and I
Mhm.
told them, I said, listen, now once I showed them the car, I said, now I got to read you the riot act. I got to give you the lecture. I
Yeah.
said, you guys grew up with fuel injection, disc brakes, rack and pinion, AC, tight suspensions. I said, this car is a
Yeah,
bit of a
loose.
boat. And it's got four-wheel drum brakes and an automatic. It's a slush box. So but they did well. I took them out for driving in the side streets, and they did very well.
Good.
So I said, but you guys got to realize your stopping distances aren't on a dime like they are on your other cars. And I said, watch your right turns. You may find you're driving over curbs because the car is longer. When you get in a truck. I
Yeah.
remember the first time I took the flatbed out, I think I ran over everything. So it's like, oh yeah, fuck it, it's long back there.
Yeah. We take it for granted with the brake systems on older cars.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So that car came out, and I put my Fiat right in, and I went back to the shop Monday. I had to do some brake work on that. Uh, and now yesterday, the guy that owns the shop got a line on a car, and it's a nice one. He got a line on a 71 442.
Oh yeah.
So we had to go up into Yonkers to pick this car. Well, he didn't make the deal yet, but so he did two smart things. He brought the cash, and we took a flatbed.
Hmm.
So this way, you make a deal. It's like, okay, we're taking it right now. Don't give the guy a chance to second guess it, right?
Right. Right.
So the first problem we had was Yonkers is very hilly up there in that part of New York, Bronx and Yonkers. It's very hilly. So this was an apartment complex. All the garages were in the back, and the parking lot it was kind of flat outside the garage, and then it dropped down to a guardrail, and then there was like a big gulch on the other side of it. So he had to get the flatbed down into that low part to back it up because the car had 3 flat tires. So we literally had to drag it out of the garage.
Oh boy.
So we do, we winched it up, no problem. We got it up there. And then he's trying to reposition the flatbed and he can't get it. It's not going in reverse. And we're like, oh shit, what was going on? So I think what it was he left the PTO on. But he did muscle it back, but I think that was the issue with that. So because now he's used to the days where it was like, push the clutch. It was all mechanical. And now these trucks are all, you push the switch,
Yeah.
So then we drive about 18 miles south. One of the guys that was with us has a shop in the Bronx, an embroidery shop. So we were going to stop there and have some really good pizza. As we're pulling up, he goes to back up into a spot on the other side of the street, and it's like truck won't go in reverse, and now it wouldn't go forward, and we're smelling tranny fluid, and we're like, oh shit. So he gets it into the spot against the curb. We get out. He opens the hood. I look under the truck and I just see tranny fluid pissing out from between the engine and the transmission where the cover is. I said, something let go. We're in probably the front seal. I don't know.
Boy.
So now we're 25 miles from home with a bridge in between us, the Throgs Neck Bridge. And we got a car on the flatbed and we're stuck. So we had to call a flatbed from down, or a wrecker from down here by us. And the wrecker comes up, hooks up the flatbed. And I don't know what I was thinking. He only lifted it maybe 6 inches off the ground, which is all he needs. I was expecting it to be higher, and he towed that all the way back. I didn't even ask him what that cost him because that had to be a heavy tow. I mean, it was literally a heavy tow. And then we're going to go get pizza. So my buddy Eddie says, yeah, it's only 3 blocks. It's like 3 blocks down. All right. So we're in the Bronx, very, very ethnic, urban kind of neighborhood. And it's freaking hot as hell. I mean, it's like 97 degrees. So we're walking. Now we're crossing Avenue. I'm like, Eddie, this wasn't 3 blocks. Oh, it's just down the road a bit. It was it had to be at least a half mile.
In a car, it's close.
Yeah. So I got to say, we had some of the best pizza. I got to post that too. It was a house. The pizzeria was on the ground floor of the house. I guess the family has the upstairs. So we got 3 pies. We pigged out. And I'm hoping he's going to get an Uber to take us back. No, we had to walk back the half mile. Sweat's dripping off my head. I'm dying. My sciatica is starting to kill. Then he calls an Uber because we got to get home. So, okay, this guy shows up in a Honda CRV. So Mike jumps in the front with him. It's me, Eddie, and my friend Kevin. We're in the back like this. We're all like 3 freaking sardines rubbing, like, we're just trading sweat. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna get old. So I was shot. When I got home, I sat on the deck. I just went to sleep. I was like, I am done. So today, I went to see my buddy at Tire Town, like we were talking, and I stopped over by the shop because I had to pick up a tool. So now we got to get. It just so happened that Mike and his son Mike show up because we got to get that car off the flatbed, and we don't know if anything's going to work. So he backs up the other flatbed to it, bed to bed. And now we realize, well, the car is winched in the front and chained in the back. So if the PTO isn't working, or if the winch isn't working, we can't let that car go. How are we gonna do it? So we're throwing it around like, what are we gonna cut? I'm like, anything we cut is going to be potentially very dangerous.
Well, the winch should have a release.
It ended up that the winch did work. The PTO worked enough to move the bed. It had enough left in it, I guess, maybe once it cooled down. So we were able to loosen up the car. But for a few minutes there, we were really thinking about, holy crap, what are we going to do here? This car is locked in tight.
Right.
So, and then we just dragged it from one bed to the other. But it was kind of cool because when we were dragging it out of the garage, I was in the car and we had to clear this guy's Mustang. And I had to crank the wheel. So now you have flat tires and you had an aftermarket wood wheel. and I cranked it like 2 times, and it went poof. It like just broke free and just started spinning.
Oh
So,
no.
so what it is the adapter for the wheel. It's splined, and it goes onto the splines of the column. That
Mhm.
had a strip or break.
Yeah.
So now there's no steering. So it went up on our flatbed a little crooked. Now we drag it to the other flatbed. It's crooked.
Mhm.
So my friend's son is a phenomenal tow truck driver. He hooked the far side of the car to kind of pull it right a
To the
little,
right. Yep.
or right to the right, and then he needed a little more. So he took one of his J hooks, throws it around that cable, and pulls on that to pull the cable,
Mhm.
bias the cable over. And I'm sitting there saying, "Yeah, this is why you guys are so good at towing cars." I'm like,
Yep.
I learned so much from watching these guys. And then he brings that flatbed around, backs it up. Luckily, the car is now facing backwards on the second flatbed because he
Mhm.
backed right into the bay. We drop it right down into the shop. We just had to kick it over to the side a little. We had to jack it up and kick it over, put it up on the lift, and that car is now going to get. I don't know what it's going to get. We're going to see. It's in pretty good shape. So
You said it's a Cutlass.
no,
442.
it's a 442. Yeah,
Yeah.
a 71 442 455 with a 4-speed.
Mm.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
So
That's one of my other favorite cars, Cutlass.
yeah, yeah, me too. So that's my next project. I'll be working on that. So I did put some pictures up today of that whole ordeal,
Mm.
minus the flatbeds, because people wouldn't know what the hell they were looking at. But yeah, so it's been a couple of days, man. I didn't expect to do that this morning. I said, you know what? I'm getting out of here, man. It's too freaking hot. I got to go home. It's like,
Listen, I got out of the bed, went to the bathroom, did my, clean up and all that stuff. Go in the kitchen, grab my tea, and I sat on the couch, and I've been on the couch all day.
right. Yeah.
I just now came out to come out here to get on the show.
So how do you feel if I did that? Like I did that the other day. And when I get up, I'm like, man, it's almost like my bones start to rust. You know, you need to rest. You need to have a day where you do nothing. But physically, I don't do well sitting around. I gotta.
Yeah, me
Not that I
too.
like this heat, but yeah, I have a little trouble with that.
Yeah, I think my body needed it. I just sat there and I was real content. You know what I mean? Everything was just like loose. I
Mhm.
did a little bit of computer work and stuff, but other than that, I didn't do nothing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the world of trucks. I tell you, man. It's and, even when we're up there, we're in these narrow streets, and there's streets going down and they're going up, and like talk about threading the needle.
I ran into that a lot when I was repoing. Some neighborhoods, man, is just not built for a pickup.
Right. Yeah, Yonkers isn't. It definitely isn't.
And you had to think back. Well, that don't make any sense though, because the cars were bigger back in the 60s and 70s.
I know.
But
Right.
think about the garages were small.
They were small. Well, a lot of those garages were built in the 20s and 30s on a lot of those older houses, and they put a Model T in there, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know, because when I lived in Queens, I had a real small house on a small piece of property, single car garage, and my Pontiac just fit in that garage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was bumper to bumper. It just made it. So, and it wasn't very wide either.
Yeah.
So
Now they make sheds bigger.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, without a doubt. So yeah, but you're right. The streets were there were cars back then. I mean, I don't know how they did through the 50s and 60s with the big caddies and the big Oldsons and the big Electras and all. I mean, I don't know. It had to be a trip.
Yeah. Yep. Bill says it's a classic hot rod. Yeah. I'm a big Cutlass fan. I think I've had 5 or 6.
Okay. Now you had the later ones. You had a lot of the later ones, right? The 80s.
No,
Yeah.
well, I had one 82. I had a 79. I had a 77. I had a 75 and a 73.
Okay.
I think I had 2 73s.
Right.
Yep.
Nice.
My first car was a 73.
The Oldsmobiles and the Buicks ride really, really nice. The 70 that I redid, that was the guy that came with us. I I drove his car around a lot, and man, it just cruises. That's such a nice ride. They had a softer suspension, even though it was a 442. They had a little softer suspension, and they just were very compliant and very comfortable.
Mhm.
I like them. After driving his car, I said I want to get one, and I don't know. Mike may want to flip this one. I'll have to keep an eye on it and see what he wants for it. I don't know.
Yeah. So we were on Father's Day. We went to a car show in Sharon, Pennsylvania. They have a car show every Father's Day, and that's where I sent you the picture of that GTO.
Right. Beautiful.
Pretty clean.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very nice. How many cars were at the show approximately?
I would say 150 maybe.
Okay, that's doable. Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
it was in their downtown, like on the street and in the couple parking lots.
Right.
Yeah, they have it every year.
Okay, that's nice.
Yep. Had a couple nice things. What I'm seeing now is I kind of stopped going to the car meets and all that stuff because I would see the same cars all the time.
Yeah.
So I kind of stopped going for maybe 2 years, but now we went this year and I'm starting to see new stuff out. So I'm getting excited again.
Yeah. People, new builds or people sold, bought something new.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's very good. That is good.
So I got my truck fixed and I'm going to pull the caddy around. It got hot on me. I was going to do it today or yesterday, but it got hot.
Right.
Like a heat wave. So I'm going to wait
Yeah.
maybe Sunday. I'm going to pull it around to the garage and
Okay.
start playing around with that.
All right. What are you going to attack first? What's the first line of defense?
I got to change that gas line, or not gas line. Oh yeah, gas line. Cause remember,
Okay.
I put all new gas lines on, but then it sat for a year, and then I started it up, and all of them were leaking.
Really? Oh man.
So I bought those cheap hoses off Amazon with the fittings. The what do you call
the AN fittings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought I was doing something. I put on the braided hoses and all that stuff, and
Right.
yeah, they all leaked. So I got one more. I changed one from the motor to the fuel pump, but then the one from that to the tank is leaking. So I got to change that. And
Well,
then
that'd be a hard line. It's a hard line to the back of the car, right? The tubing.
no, because I changed it all. I went.
You ran hose.
Yeah, I ran hose all the way back.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. I like to run the hard line. I like as little hose as possible. And in fact, remember back then when I was doing my car, I was converting to fuel injection. I was picking Tyler's brain about the AN fittings because I started seeing different brands showing up, and they all looked good. And I was curious which one. And he kind of set me straight. He told me which ones were okay, which ones to stay away from. And it basically comes down to, the more you spend, the better you get.
Yeah, that's true.
But there is a brand that Summit sells, and I bought some of them, and they were very good. They weren't from Earl's. I bought the Earl's hose, so they weren't Earl's. I'm almost thinking it was something Eagle or I can't think of the name right now. But I did buy some of those, and they did work fine. So yeah.
So
maybe just tighten them up again. Tighten them up a little bit.
Yeah. So I think I might do a hard line. Not you said that coming off the tank, but I changed. I put a brand new tank in, new straps. I put new electric fuel pump because I figured I was going to LS swap it one day, so I put the electric fuel pump on it.
Okay.
And then I had the carburetor redone.
Well, all right. So an electric fuel pump for an LS is going to have a lot more pressure than an electric fuel pump for a carburetor.
Yeah.
Unless you had a pump and regulated it down. For carburetor, you need like 4 to 5 psi.
Yeah, I did regulate it down.
Okay. And you put the pump in the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yep. So I did the alternator on it. I did new radiator, new hoses. What else I did? Regular tune up, the distributor, all that stuff, plugs, wires. But I still have a miss. I think I got a vacuum leak somewhere, so I got to play around and find that.
Okay.
It-
Well,
it-
if you have if you have a gauge, just put the vacuum gauge onto manifold vacuum, or get yourself a can of carburetor cleaner, start spraying, and see when the idle clears.
yeah, it'll idle, but then as soon as you hit the gas, it'll want to stall. So I gotta keep my foot on the brake and give it some,
Don't forget to check the brake booster. That's a big fail. When they fail, sometimes they just dump. They'll just dump a ton of vacuum.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I think of that.
you got to go through it. And for the fuel line, you could just go get sticks of brake line, 3/8 brake line, and you can get unions to if you need to make it longer. So the longest they sell, I think, is maybe 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah.
So you need a couple of them. So you put a union in the middle, and that's compliant.
Well, the pump is probably maybe 3 feet from the tank.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna need a couple sticks. You're gonna have to play around.
Yeah, ain't too bad.
That's tough on your back, though. I mean, that's hard. It's just
Yeah.
hard to work like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So once I get it running smooth, then I'll make a decision what I want to do with it. If I want to keep it or I don't know.
Okay.
I'm,
Well,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
Project.
getting to the spot where I just want to go buy something and drive it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't feel like working on it.
Go buy another Cutlass.
Yeah, but they're expensive now, man.
I know.
Oh my goodness, I'm seeing cars that when I was buying Cutlass back in it was the 80s, 3,000 all day. But now, man, that same car is 20 grand.
Yeah, the fella that bought that '65 Impala, he bought it in the '80s, but he paid $3,000 for it.
Mm-hmm. All day. You buy stuff all day.
Yeah, people didn't want those cars back then. They were just, everybody was moving on. They wanted Trans Ams.
Yep. I seen an 84. Yeah, 84 Cutlass, and it was like 17 grand.
Wow.
And it was just butt naked, plain, nothing. It was just a bare bones car.
Right.
It
Wow.
was pretty clean, but man, I was like, whew.
Yeah, that's
Hard
crazy.
to pay. It's hard to pay that. You know what I mean? When you
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, definitely. When you came through it, and that's what the young guys are saying. They're like, hey, we can't afford the cars you guys have because you all want so much money for them. But it's true. So they gotta buy Toyotas.
Yeah. They're getting expensive too, them trucks.
Everything is. Yeah, everything is really getting. And parts, I've had a lot of run around with parts, just in general. It's crazy.
So on the tail lights on the Cadillac, it has the
filler panel.
The filler panels.
Yep.
Mine are broke out.
They all are.
I was gonna take my tail lights and tilt them in,
nice.
and then make a metal, fill it in with metal and the rest of it.
Nice.
So I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
And then run LEDs in them so you get better, light transfer. That's good. I like that idea. When I was looking at tail lights, before I had them done from the guy out in California, whose name I forget. I was looking at caddy tail lights. Mitch, right? I was looking at some caddy tail lights. I was going to adapt those to the car because I like the way they looked, and I didn't have to do it, but
yeah, they're coming out with some neat stuff, man. I've been seeing a lot of really highly modified Cadillacs where they're doing stuff like that, and like chopping the back part of the roof where it slants down a little more.
Nice.
Little subtle things, man. It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah. I passed the shop today and they had like an 81 to 84 Eldorado out front, white, real Cougine car, white, red pinstripe, red interior, had the the spokes on it, like the 120 spokes, Vogue tires, real sweet looking car. And then he had like maybe like a 74 or 5 inside on the lift, big car. So this guy's working on some caddies. Nice stuff. Yeah. Good to see.
Mine only has 40,000 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
And they undercoated it, so underneath it is clean.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it was an older guy that had it. He must have backed into stuff, and his dents, stuff I got to fix all over it. But
yeah. But he went for Rusty Jones.
Yeah.
You know, it
Yep.
was very popular. That's
Yep.
good stuff.
So
Oh, cool.
it had a half vinyl on it, so I took that off. When the tree fell on it, it broke the back window out.
Yeah, yeah.
So they bought a new window and they just sat it in there. So I was thinking about not putting the vinyl on it at all, but now I got to find the trim, the window trim.
Oh, you lost it? Wow. Yeah.
Because when they did that vinyl, they take that off.
Right. That shouldn't be too hard to find for the caddy. But then again, a lot of caddies had vinyl.
Yeah. Well, my luck, you know what I mean? Everything I buy is always the odd year.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean, hard to find. Like the 77, they changed the taillights and stuff in 78, but they made that body style from 77 to 79.
Right.
Like a couple years. Yeah. So that's my luck on anything I buy.
Yeah. I got to look around, but I mean, you can still run it without the trim. It's gonna run without the trim. That'll be fine.
Well, I was thinking about talking to Carmen and seeing about putting a flush window in it.
Nice.
Flush, see how to do that.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You got to raise it up. You got to build it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might do that.
That would be sweet. That would be real sweet.
I don't know. I'll see when I get it out here. I might get it out here and it might be the whole floor might have rusted out into the ground. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You got to take a look. It's funny, stuff happens when they're sitting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been back there for 3 years.
Oh wow, yeah. That's like getting to the point. The 3-year mark is like that bewitching hour where things start to turn. Yeah, so that's good that you get it out now. It doesn't sit any longer. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Nice.
All the tires are flat, but I have new tires in my storage thing. I just never put them on.
Right. So. Yeah, you don't want to put new tires on and let it sit outside. Would sit out with new tires. That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get the fellas in and see what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Or fella.
There he is.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, another day in the big city.
Hell yeah. It was jungle today.
We were talking about you today, Brian, and I said, man, I sure hope he got those freaking fans for his AC.
Yeah. No, I got it.
You got him?
It was hot though. I was chasing any place where I could put that truck in the shade because man, it was I just the front, the front with all the glass is just a big fishbowl.
Right.
And the back, I've never understood my first truck didn't have it, but this truck has a stainless steel top.
Oh yeah.
So sitting in that sun, man, it just gets hot. And they made like my old truck. If you took a 2x4 and like if this is the 2x4, they laid it this way on the top of the roof and dropped the ceiling, so there was a lot of air gap.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't heat up as it took a while for it to really. But on this truck, because they tried to open it up, they laid the wood this way.
Right.
So there's only less than an inch. And so once the tools radiate that heat from the ceiling, dude, it's just you can't fight it, dude. I mean, you're fighting that all day long. And like I said, I try. It's a little better than previously because I pulled the roof down and I did insulate in there. But like I said, man, once it heats up, dude, you're fighting it for the rest of the day. So being in the concrete,
you should maybe spray foam it.
Well, if I had the money, I just used like a R12 or whatever. I just got some insulation and put in there. And I really want, actually, to believe it or not, I really want to do the floor. That's another problem during the winter time.
Yeah.
With the floor and the heat from the underneath the truck, because it just comes through that wood, and you can't. You leave it running for the air conditioning, so then you just trap all that heat up underneath the truck, and like I said, you're just fighting it from both ends. But yeah, she was hot today. We had 115, I think, is where it was, heat index.
Wow. I saw I went out in the morning, and around 10 o'clock, the car was showing me 94. Or I came home around 1, it was at 105 already.
Yeah.
And it only dropped down then it went to 103. It's actually kind of nice out.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes. The heat got to him.
It froze him up.
Yeah, so like I said, trying to keep that. And then I was in the city today, so it was a concrete jungle and all that asphalt. It's just, it's no fun.
Do you put window shades up in the front windows when you're in there?
No. I've always. It's just so big. I mean, the Isuzu has such a huge front windshield.
Yeah.
And I know that Ray had that one guy or had that thing, and I thought about it. But again,
I bought. I'm trying to see if I see it. Hold on. Let me grab it.
Yeah. Man.
Of course, I see it every time I go to move something, but now I can't find it. But it's a roll of like bubble insulation, like silver.
Oh, I've seen that before. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, you can buy it in a roll, like 2 feet high, and I bought them, and I put those in my windows when I'm parked up front.
Oh yeah.
Then I have my curtains after that. So man, that makes a big difference of the heat.
Yeah. Well, like I said, with the Isuzu, that whole that whole front cab is just
you zoomed in.
Yeah, you zoomed in there. It's just a big fishbowl. So hopefully, I mean, they're only calling a couple days, and like I said, I usually have a handful of areas where I know where I can park and keep the truck.
You know where the shade is, right?
Yeah, I know where the shade is. It's just every once in a while, it gets get a little sidetracked, or you get booted out. So, but again, it's just again, I'm just dumbfounded on how one day it's 72 degrees, and the next day we got this. And then personally, I hope it stays for a couple days, because my shops need the work. These, we talk about cars, and the bottom line is these cars are made to run
80s.
They're made to run. Even if they're hurt, they're going to run, and most people don't know that they're hurt. They go into a limp mode or a safety mode, and they will continue to drive. And it's not like the old days when they broke, and you got it fixed, or you knew you could feel a problem. It's like a good example are shocks. I'd get in a car and say, "Man, you need some shocks." What do you mean? The drive's okay.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, it really needs shocks. And, because they grow accustomed to it, and they don't feel the change until, like you said, you put on, it's like putting new tires on or putting the shocks on. And they're like, wow, this car really drives different. And it's like, well, you just slowly adapt to it and grow.
That's just slow like progression.
Cars, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like I said, it's just like these cars, even back 30 years ago when I was at the dealership, we get these cars that came in limp mode, and you'd say something to the customer, and they had no idea that there was a problem. They thought you were, oh, you're pulling my leg, and it's like you fix it, and they're like, wow, what did you do to my car? And it's like, well, it was in a safety mode, or it was preventing damage. Mm-hmm. And then the second part of it, like you said, with the heat or the extreme cold, the customer or the person behind the wheel has to be uncomfortable.
Yep.
If there's no heat or no AC, man, they're going to bring the car in. They're not going, But this one day later, and the weather being nice, they can roll the window down. That doesn't help my shops. It needs to be 3-4 days of this.
They got to feel it.
Yeah,
feel
but it's funny. They don't, back in days like this, first heat wave, like the first heat or first cold, you'd be putting batteries in a car, and now these batteries, even though most of them are crap anyway, they last. They don't, they aren't like the older batteries.
I just did 2 batteries. I was fixing the truck. That battery was bad, so I went and got a new one. The next day, the Jeep battery went.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I hate buying, batteries and windshield wipers.
Yeah.
It's like my nemesis.
Yeah. Sorry, but like I said, I hope it sticks around. I hope we get this weather, it sticks around for a little bit, and these shops can be busy, and everybody can get caught up on their bills and pay their tool man.
Yeah, pay the tool man. Important part.
Yeah. Maybe even feel good and buy something. So,
a little something extra.
Yeah, a little something extra. Yeah. So,
what's going on? What's up? What's going on?
You were on vacation, I guess. You were posting some stuff last week.
What?
Maybe 2 weeks ago.
I don't know. Yeah, a couple weeks ago. I've been working on that Yukon. I spent Saturday, I think, all day underneath it, taking the Yukon. It's a Yukon XL. It has 2 tanks, so it has like the main tank, and it's got a separate tank. So I was having a problem where it was, you're filling up and then it clicks off, and it just sprays gas all over the place. So I did find one of the evap hoses had some holes in it, and I kind of like temporarily fixed it with some goop, put some goop and some electric tape, and that stopped the huge leak. Oh, and I used my my smoker. I bought a smoker and put it in there, smoke tester.
A pack of cigarettes?
There's the leak. Yeah, pack of cigarettes. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's good that's old school smoker.
Yeah, no, it's got a regular smoke machine. Put it in there. In the gas, the gas filler. This is like an adapter. You put it in there anyway. So I got the new hose. I dropped that tank down, and I'm like, oh, I'm cleaning everything up. New hose is on. Then I took the I'm like, well, let me check inside the tank, and while it's out, I'm trying to clean all the stuff, and I got everything clean, put it all back up. Like, all right, and so the truck had a little over, I think, a quarter of a tank. So that tank I took out was totally empty, which was good because, it would have been, I don't know how many gallons in that thing, 10, 15 gallons.
Why has it got one small tank? Like, why is it one?
I don't know, it's a Yukon XL. I guess because they extended it, they want to put 2 tanks. I don't know. It's a 2500.
Funny that. But this seems kind of funny that they have one tank that's 25 and then another one 15. I mean, what's the total?
Something like that. It's like 35 gallons. I don't know. There's one like you would have like underneath the regular pickup truck. There's a big long one,
right?
And then there's another one where like right above your spare tire.
That was the fudge factor in the calculations of the fuel mileage. See, they added the other
extra weight,
6.2 gallons on it, so that when you did the fudge factoring, it gets 42 miles to the gallon.
Yeah. Then I was trying because I took had the back gas tank out, and it has a fuel pump in there and has a float. I'm like, well, how does all this crap work? So I'm
got
sitting
like
there.
Jet pump. It should be a jet pump.
It's just another pump
If-
that pushes it to the other tank. This is all
it's
the
jet
transfer pump, right? Yeah. But so I was playing with the float, and if I put the float to, so the tank was reading, what did I say, a little over a quarter, and if I put the tank to empty, which it would stay quarter, I put it up, it went to like half a tank. I was like, oh, so it's taking whatever's in that tank and like adding it to the other reading. I'm like, all right, whatever. Because it's
Yeah, that's
every time we were driving it, it was like half a tank forever. It would go full and we get to half and just stay there for I don't know how long. Like it's got to get done. Then all of a sudden, quarter
Yeah.
tank.
Yep.
I was like, geez. Anyway, so where's my story? Put the tank all back up, put everything back up in there. I'm like, all right, let me go fill it up. Now I do the pump and it just keeps clicking off. Like the highest speed, just keeps clicking off, clicking off, clicking off. I'm like, holy crap. So like, all right, so I put it on, I put it on the one notch down, let it fill up, and I can hear it. I go, all right, I'll let it go. Let's see what happens. Boom! The whole freaking, half a gallon sprays out. And I was like, okay, I didn't fix anything.
Wow.
That's usually a purge valve.
I replaced all that. That's the first thing I did. I replaced the purge valve, the charcoal canister, and then the solenoid. I replaced all those three things. So then I'm like, all right, well, I didn't fix it. I don't, who the heck knows. So I go to drive it, and it stalls out. As soon as I got to a stop, it just stalls out. And now that's the new symptom. Now it just keeps stalling out. I was like, awesome.
You
So I made it worse. Yeah, I didn't fix it, and I made it worse. So I don't know. I guess I'll be underneath the truck again tomorrow. The only thing I can think of is maybe I crimped a hose or something, because from the main fuel tank, there's a fill. It's a weird setup. There's a hose that goes over on top of the other tank, and then it comes up, and so you have your fill tank, and it Y's out. So one goes to the main tank, and one goes to the other tank. Like, okay, whatever. So I don't know how. I'm trying to imagine, like, the fuel going in. Which one's it going? It's going to go into both, kind of, or unless I don't know. And then there's the vent line, which was 20 years old, just the rubber hose. I replaced that hose, so I'm like, oh, maybe this thing's clogged. Well, it wasn't clogged because I blew air through it, and so it wasn't clogged, but it was old. So I'm like, oh, maybe replace it.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I did made it worse. So now the truck's pretty much almost undrivable because every time you come to a stoplight, it just dies.
That's great. Did you did you look up any factory service, like even diagrams or anything of how the system is laid out?
I tried. All I have is all data, and I can't find the diagrams on there to see what all the hose. I mean, there's all these different hoses all over the place.
What year is it?
2005.
Did you hear? I mean, the fuel pump. So you should have.
I tested the fuel pressure.
You did test the fuel pressure.
Yeah, it has good fuel pressure, like 60 psi.
Because you got one. You should have one pump, and then you should have a jet pump to push the fluid over.
Yeah, in the secondary tank, there's a pump in there, and then it goes out and it puts into. And there's a sensor there. There's a fuel sensor, because I'm like, there's a little sensor in line on the hose. I was like, what the heck is this? I'm like, oh, it's a fuel sensor. So it knows, because I hotwired it, and it didn't turn on, like right there, and it didn't turn on. I'm like, why was that going? Oh no, when I plugged it, that's what I did. When I plugged it into, I had the gas tank out, and I just had the sender just hanging there with the plug in, and I'm messing with the float. The pump didn't go on. So I'm like, why? I wonder why the pump didn't. It was probably because it wasn't sensing any fuel going through. That's my thought. Or fuel whatever it's sensing. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it's some kind of vent problem, but I don't know what the heck the vent problem is. And then I took the gas tank off, and I was expecting like to hear vacuum or something. No, nothing. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, go to
I'm puzzled.
YouTube
So
University.
you don't.
I've been looking. Yeah.
I've been looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you?
Next thing is get rid of all
Well,
the evap stuff.
yeah.
Right.
Well. Yeah, or get rid of the extra tank and see.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, I don't need this extra tank. Why don't I just bypass it? But then I would have to get probably Tahoe or regular Yukon stuff, the short one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, bringing up getting rid of it. So I have my Chevy up on a buy sell trade.
Hmm.
It's unbelievable how many dumb people message.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. Their parents know that they're dumb, so why would they let them be out in the public doing stuff? You know what I mean?
They don't want them in the house with them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's unbelievable the questions
What
I
kind of
get.
dumb questions you getting?
So, well, this one guy, he's probably 4 hours away from me. No, maybe 5. He goes, "Oh, I want the truck. Will you take less for it?" So, I went down a little bit. He goes, "Okay, can you drive it to me?" I was like, "No." And then he goes, "Well, why can't you drive it to me?" Because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Want to buy it? Come buy it. You know what I mean? I'm not driving it to you. Heck, now I got to take 2 cars there. I get out there and he don't like the truck, then I got to drive them both back.
Yeah.
8-hour day, and then plus you're giving it to him for less, and you just spent
Right.
how much in gas?
Yeah, so that means he wasn't gonna give me no gas money if he wanted less.
No.
less
No,
for the truck.
no.
So I just get frustrated, man. It's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Tell me
what,
about
when
it. It's amazing.
I try sell stuff, and then someone's like, "I want to come get it right now." I go, "Okay, where do you live?" And they go, "Oh, wherever." I'm like, "You're 2 hours away. Are you really gonna come get it?" He's like, "Maybe tomorrow." I'm like, I go, "Message me tomorrow," and I never hear from him.
That's another thing. They ask you, "Is it available?" Yes. Then you never hear anything else.
Yeah, that's funny.
And I don't answer like right now. Like I can see I'm still online.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. That's because I just do stuff on Facebook, and it's a pain in the neck.
Yeah. But
That's why I hate it's people say all the time, "Why don't you do this?" Or why I said, dude,
Why don't
I
you just sell your
I
stuff?
gotta deal with so many idiots in the first place. And
Yeah.
now you want me to deal with somebody, it's just
And the-
amazing.
And the
I don't
lower
know how
the
they tie their
price,
string.
the
Oh, yeah,
lower
you
the
get-
price of
yeah.
the vehicle, the worse the people are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I sold this car, my daughter's car that was a wreck for, I think I was asking like $700 or $800. Got a million people like, blah, blah, I want to come
Does
get
it-
it. It's like,
What's wrong with it? Does it run good?
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm gonna drive
And
it across the country.
yeah. And I put everything in it, I go, it's smashed up and this and that and whatever.
got pictures
And,
of it. You show pictures
got-
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Picture of the
here's
whole
a picture.
side is demolished. I'm like,
And
does
do you
the
think this
door
will-
open? I'm like, look at the damage. You think the door opens?
Yeah. That's like the guy that used to cut. I mean, when I was working on cars and the wheels getting ready to fall off, and it's like, I'm getting ready to go to Florida. Do you think this will make it? Yeah. Yeah. Here's a quarter. Call somebody who cares. It's like,
Yeah.
of course, that shows you how long ago when you could use a
quarter?
payphone for a quarter.
Payphone, yeah.
I've had people. I've put junk cars on saying this is for parts only, and they'll ask me, "Can I drive it to Florida or Texas?"
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, drive it. Come get it.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get
Yeah,
it.
that's
man.
amazing. It's crazy. Well, they don't read anything, so they don't read. It's just dumbfounding. I deal with, like I said, I got guys. They'll open. I had a guy one time. He opened up the sales flyer and saw a set of sockets, and they were, whatever they were, $69 on sale. He goes, "Yeah, bring those to me." And I'm like, "Well, you know that they're standard." Well, what's standard?
What's standard?
They're not not millimeter. They're
metric.
half inch, nice. Oh, I don't want that. Like I said, they just don't read. Because I've done that. I've said, okay, fine, you bring it in hand, and they said, "What? This doesn't fit anything, or this doesn't, what is this?" And it's like, dude, that's what you said you want it.
Yep.
So, or I like the, when you then the second question is, well, those are standard, SAE sizes for the 69. Oh, well, bring me the metric for the same price. But, they're not on sale, dude. They're not on sale.
Yeah. There's a reason why the SAE is on sale and the other ones aren't.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, well, just bring me the other set and the same price, right? Yeah. No, that's not the same.
No. Yeah.
It's the same metal and everything.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. People are, and you just wonder can they really be that dumb?
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll ask questions. They'll ask the question that the title says in the title. Like that's the first thing there's the title, and they'll ask that same question. What year is it?
Does it have any rust? Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. My birthday's coming up in August, and I got all my notices from the state for all the birthday. Yeah. Hey, happy birthday! Here's register your cars.
You gonna do that on your birthday?
Huh? Yeah, on the birthday. Yeah, that's what they do here.
Really?
Yeah. Here in Ohio
Yep.
too.
Oh wow.
Oh really?
That's
So
why
your birthday, you guys spend all that money on your birthday?
Yep.
Yeah.
Your license too.
Yeah.
I think my license does. Oh, you might be right. Let me see.
The license are here.
There's a
apparently.
license and registration.
Yeah, ours is
But
on a birthday
they-
too, but it's every now like 5 years.
Oh, geez, next year. 27. I need the
My
license.
birthday's on the 22nd. If anybody wants to surprise me with anything, I'm willing to take anything on through the mail.
Yeah.
Oh
Anything
really?
to the
I'll
mail?
send you some bills. Don't worry, I'll
Yeah,
surprise you. I'll help you out.
I'll write
my-
paid on them and send them back to
Send you my electric bill.
Can't be any worse than what I'm doing. So all right. So,
Just thinking
Yeah.
bills, they keep coming every month. I told the mailman quit putting them in my box, but he won't listen.
Yeah.
yeah.
So they all. So Louis, do they do this in Ohio too, where if the vehicle's over a certain amount of pounds, I think 8,000, the registration expires in December. It's like
No.
any heavy trucks. Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. So any heavy trucks, everything expires in December.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what.
I know commercial trucks. They have. It's in March, I think. All the commercial trucks in Ohio that do theirs in
Really,
March.
ours, like I said, commercial trucks, or if you're over 10,000, it's yearly, but it's the year that you registered the vehicle or the year that you bought the vehicle. So, like when I bought my second truck, it was in July. So this month I have to re-register
It's over July.
this year. Well, like my other truck was in October, I think it was.
No, so you get
I
to spread it
started-
out. I think I might
Yeah.
like that.
So, but well, it is. But it's throughout the whole year because
Yeah. Or I
You
just pay
know.
it once, cry once.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only. Like I said, it's just the year that you bought or registered the vehicle, and it's a yearly thing. And the cars are 2 years. Anything under 10,000 is 2 years, and commercial or anything over 10,000 is 1 year. And now they're playing around. I haven't seen it personally, but I was told you could have a choice if you only want to do it 1 year, 2 years, and I think maybe they added a third in there. But our registration's through the fucking roof, dude. I mean, it's
I
gone
could do it for 1 or 2 years.
200% or something.
We We could do for 1 or
Right.
2 years, but the price isn't any different. They just take, if you want to pay for 2 years, they just double the 1 year. So just do it every year. I'm like,
Yeah.
doesn't make
3 hours
sense.
is too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So when-
ours is through the roof. It was-
When you own your car, you still don't own it because you got to pay for the tax, the plates tax to get you.
Well,
Yep.
as we've gotten older and tried to be wiser, we really realize we don't own anything.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't own anything.
So, on that note, we'll wait till the after-hour show
Yeah.
because I have enough black SUVs following me around. So,
Here's something I thought was interesting. So they have the so I'm holding, this is my renewal. So I have a 2008 G8 Pontiac G8 and I have a 2009 Pontiac G8, and it has the weight on here. So the 2008, the weight is 3,880. The weight for the 2009, 3,995.
Oh,
It's the same car.
another 15 pounds.
One has
There.
a spoiler, one don't.
No, it's the. No, they both have leather. They're all. Oh. This one has a sunroof. Maybe there's the 15 pounds.
Yeah, there it is. The electronics in the sunroof.
The sunroof. Actually, that's probably more than 15 pounds.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. It's just
I
weird.
took the sunroof stuff out on a 944 turbo, and it almost was over 20 pounds of shit. So
Wow.
by the time you
Yeah,
took all
so-
the tracks and motor and bracketry and wiring, it was a lot of. I was surprised on how much weight it all was.
Mm-hmm.
So
And glass too. The glass is heavier than the metal roof there.
Oh yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, maybe that's
It's,
the difference.
oh, it is glass. It doesn't have a sliding top. Just a metal sliding top.
No, it's glass.
So Brian, last week we were trying to get my Matco account squared away and it wouldn't work. And then a couple days later, it's active. They know who I am.
Not on my end.
Oh yeah, because then I said, I was trying to add my address and my credit card information. I said, no, you got to have your dealer do it. When I go into Matco Tools, I don't know if you can. There's my
Deals.
dealer.
Brian. Yep.
You're right there. It knows who you are, but it won't let me update anything. Like when I go into settings, or I go to account, manage account, it's got my email address. It's using my hot rod address. It doesn't have any billing address on file, but it says, actually,
Wow.
click on it before and it said you have to contact your dealer to input that information.
Because I called, and yeah, well, I called because I kept getting a notification to add you. It
Okay.
would say, okay, you have a request. And I said, a person requesting. I said, okay, I clicked on it and it was you. And then so I clicked on it and it said invalid. It said something like invalid and too many accounts. You had too many accounts. So I went into my system, and sure enough, there was three. They had 3 accounts.
Okay.
Okay, so I called and I said, I got a guy that has too many accounts, and he's like, yeah, okay, just I said, I know which account to keep. And he goes, no, just you have to take them all out. He said, take them all out and have them redo it again. And I said, okay. And that's when I told you just to redo it. Well, it never gave me the icon, but you're in here. You're
That's
in.
what I did. I redid it, and then they recognize me and you as the dealer. So I
Yeah,
tell you,
but I have to say yes.
yeah.
I physically have to click on it, and I never got a one, but you have the little icon and it has your hot rod address and everything.
It does.
So
It does. When I go into my account and manage my account, it has the Hot Rod 65 address. I said I'd like to receive emails, but then last time I was able to click it under billing addresses, no address on file, no phone on file. And I did, underneath that says delete account or sign out. So I did say, I tried to add it and it said, no, you have to contact your dealer. He has to add it. And I said, all right, send me with the credit card information. It wouldn't let me add it. I was looking for all those hot deals. Couldn't
You went
find it.
blurry. You went blurry, all right.
I did.
well, yeah, you did
It's
go
like
blur.
Vaseline's on the thing.
Something happened. When I bugged out before, that camera, for some reason, it's at a different resolution. Let me see if I can make it refocus. This is what I want to tell Matco
that?
right there. That's what I want to tell Matco. It's still in.
Nope.
This camera has have no settings on this camera that I can play with.
It says there are no deals. There's no deals. Macro
Right,
deals.
no deals.
Shop deals. No deals.
No deals.
How
No
about flyer
deals.
deals? The truck just keeps driving. It focuses on your.
Yeah, I know.
finger.
No,
It's weird.
it just doesn't like me. Come on. Try and focus back on that. Okay, focuses on text.
Yeah. That's totally black.
There might not be. I don't know if the app's up and running. We had a issue. So
Did you?
yeah.
An offline issue that we can't talk about right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, why do you bring these things up? You know them. My hands are tied. Come on, man. You guys.
Listen, it was just for information purposes only because I thought I had a breakthrough here. I thought all of a sudden I had some kind of a breakthrough.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how, because I'm really surprised that you got I've got the hookup. I mean, you should try because I never approved. I took you out of this. I had to take everything out and then redo it. And again, like I said, I will admit, I know one of the biggest problems. It's not like instant, and that's usually, a lot of guys get all jambled up, and the thing gets kind of stuck in a situation where it doesn't know what to do because it's just getting bombarded. So
There you go, Ray. You're good.
I know I'm changing. I found how I could change the resolution on the camera. It had been. Yeah, there you go. Okay. There you go. Tickled it. Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I just wanted to report what was going on, but
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised. So the other question that led me to bust out my Macdo catalog because I couldn't find what I was looking for on the website. What does Matco call these?
Those are
Thingamajiggies.
Line sockets? I called it a cutaway socket.
they're it's a fitting. I can't remember the name of the fitting.
Well,
It's the name of a fitting socket. It's the name of it.
I went through all
A Weatherly socket.
Okay, well, I went through all the sockets. Then I went to specialty sockets, and I still didn't see them on the specialty sockets.
Yeah,
Because
you're not in the you're not.
What? I'm
You're
not
not
what?
going to find them. You're not
Oh.
going to find them in the catalog.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. So that's what I was going to
Yeah.
that's what I had to tell you. So if they exist, where the hell are they? Because I have an American set. I had two of these. This is an 11/16, so I had a 5/8. That's what you need for GM power steering. I've had them for 40 years. But now on my Fiat, I just did the master cylinder. It's got 3 hard lines on top of the master. It would really be nice to have a 10 millimeter. So I wanted to get a set of them. I still do, but I knew since they weren't in the catalog, I didn't think we'd get them in time, so I had to order these, which are
Yeah.
Built Pro or Built something. What the hell's the name of them? Built Tools off Amazon. So I wanted to see if you can get a good set of them. This will get me through the job. The cheapies will get me through the job. I'd like to have a better set. So I figured I'd talk to you about that too. And then I couldn't find them, so I figured, well, lucky me.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's an ongoing
You only
ongoing
get
issue.
20 minutes and you'll be free.
I'm setting them up. I'm just setting them up.
So it's kind of like a crow's. So what were you going to use those sockets for? It's kind of like a crow's foot almost, but
Well, it is like it is kind of like a crow's foot, but it has you put a
Socket
a
up there.
ratchet or an extension. So when you want to go over a line, like if you have a line that's a 90 degree and the nut's down there, it fits over like an oxygen sensor socket. It does the same thing. It goes over the line, and then you can turn it and loosen the fitting with a, with the equivalent
Turn it,
of like
take it off,
line
turn it.
range. Yeah.
right.
Right.
I've got a couple O2 sensors like that, but they're not as where that one is kind of sculpted away more to a crow's foot grab. The couple O2 sensor wrenches that I have they're like a big chunky where it's got enough line where you can flip the line, unplug the line, flip it over, and then do what you got to do.
Well, these aren't for O2. This would be for any kind of line.
Or for hydraulic lines.
Yeah. I think they in Amazon they list them as being for. It was like for diesel pumps or something. Diesel.
Yeah, diesel injector pumps.
Yeah.
You know what? Not to throw brands out here, but I have seen specialties that Snap-on used to do for some of the two-stroke Detroits and stuff, where they had stuff like that, because the two-stroke Detroits have all kinds of those bridges and lines, and you got to have those specialty tools to set the injector heights and all that. I mean, it's like I said, it's the only place I've ever seen them were Snap-on, and they were old Snap-on stuff, because hell, they hadn't made a two-stroke Detroit in 40 years.
This is a Snap-on socket, and then I was looking for more of them, and I found there's a guy. He's probably a tool dealer. He sells stuff on eBay, and he had a set of them, and I think the set, oh God, what does it go from? Maybe it goes from 3/8, maybe up to maybe 11/16. So I don't think it goes to 3/4. But I was watching them, I was bidding on them, and I lost three auctions, because I think they sell for, I don't know, like Snap-on sells them for like $400. So I think I went up to I was under 200, and all this kind of stuff is brand new. So I lost 3 auctions in a row. He'd sell one, put another one up, and the 4th time I hit, and I won it. I think for about 180. And I was like, you get that instant buyer's remorse. Like, what did I do? Why did I spend 180 on them? I'm not gonna, So they're sitting on top of the toolbox. I don't know when I'll ever use them, but I figured I should have the set. Now I need the metric ones. So,
but those the other ones that you got, the ones that you have there.
Yeah.
I like how they find the sound of fine china when you tap.
Oh yeah. I think I could play them like a harp.
Yeah, those things things shatter.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
It's like playing a triangle.
Well, like I said, I just needed the 10, but that set cost $29. So I said, you know what? Send them. I'll get the job done, and then I'll see if I can get.
Are they actually metric? Are they actually metric?
They are metric. It's 10 to 9. Yeah, 10 to 19. Do they skip 10, 11, 12? 10, 11, 12. What's this one? 13. 14. Okay, it's 10 to 14, then it goes 17 and 19.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but it'll get the job. I needed 10. It'll get the job done. So I was doing I did my calipers, and I did the front the braided hoses, and the hard line to my left caliper. I mean, they've been together now for 20-something years, so the lines were a little tight, and that fitting was a little gooled up already. My line wrench wasn't working, so I tried getting those little vice grips on there, but I didn't have enough leverage. I'm like, Brian, send me those long fucking pliers you need. I was actually thinking of cutting the jaw off that thing and welding them onto a pair of long vice grips or something, because you need leverage. So I ended up having to use a regular pair of vice grips, which I really didn't want to do, because I had to get a bite on it and I needed some leverage, and I did get it loose with the vice grips. But
Ray, inductor.
yeah, the inductor was at home and I was at the shop, so I was on my own. It was silicroil, lots of silicroil.
Yeah.
So
What's up, Coach?
Coach.
Isaac,
Hey, Coach.
Coach Isaac. Good evening, sir.
How you guys? Good evening. How you guys doing?
Good,
I
good.
don't know. You tell us.
looking wonderful.
What's the heat out there?
Today, I think it was actually nice and cool. Let me see.
Nice.
100.
And when I say nice and cool, yeah, it's probably 100 degrees. Let's see. It's 94 right now. It says
I got to dip out. I got to unhook a trailer. I'll be right back.
It's 94 currently, and it was 100.
What?
Wait.
Sorry about
How that happened?
Sorry.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It was.
Now Isaac went fuzzy.
It was 103 today. It says, which the last couple days it's been in the 90s, which is nice, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Especially because last Thursday my AC went out,
Oh God.
and I just bought it. If you remember, like,
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
Last
didn't think it was
August.
that long ago.
so yeah, it wasn't blowing cold, and then it really wasn't blowing cold at all. They came out to check it, and I had a Thursday and Friday. I had 7-on-7 games, and Friday we got out to the field, and I was like, man, this is about as nice and cool as my house is right now, which is not cool, but I said it's actually kind of nice. There's a breeze out here. But yeah, they came out and checked it, and the compressor, well, it was crazy. The low side, when he hooked up the gauges to it, the low side was reading almost off the charts high.
Ooh.
And the high side was reading super low. And then he got it to cycle up. I was standing out there with him, and it sounded like pebbles in the compressor. So they came in. They initially put it in to send the whole thing back to the manufacturer, and I guess the manufacturer denied, because they showed up this morning. I'm thinking I'm getting a whole new system, and they said, we're here to replace the compressor. And I was like, wait a minute. So I talked to the manager, and they said that the manufacturer denied the full compressor replacement, but they said that they'd replace, send the part out and replace the compressor, or they denied the full unit. They okayed the compressor. So they did that this morning. They were working on it this morning. Which the crazy thing is, I mean, throughout the year, it felt like it was blowing, except for this last week, it felt like it was blowing fairly cool and working decent. When they put this new compressor in, now mind you, all seriousness, maybe it's because it's been warm in my house, but it felt really ice cold when they got it going.
It's probably going bad from the start.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Now the company that we got it through, they brought out, that Thursday evening, they brought out 2 portable units. We had one in the living room, one in my daughter's room, but it just it was the portable unit in the living room. The living room's just too big. So the next day or so, I remember about 10, 15 years ago, we had AC problems, and we got a window unit. So I went in my workroom looking for it and plugged it in, and it worked. So it was Friday night. When I got home, I got it all set up. So it was about 10 o'clock at night when I finally got back from the games, and got it all hooked up, and then moved the portable unit that was in the living room that they lent us. I moved that to my bedroom. And it actually, in the bedroom, because obviously it's smaller, it had that nice and cold. The wall unit or window unit, it worked okay for the living room, but in the daytime it was struggling. But you know, as the sun went down, it was pretty decent. But it's nice to have the whole system working. I stayed out of this back room. In fact, right before I got on, I was on a booster club meeting, and there was something I had mentioned, and they said, yeah, just go on your email. And I said, with the AC being down for the last week, I've stayed the hell out of my computer room. I said, I've stayed out of most of my house. You know. But yeah, I mean, I did talk to the guys, and when they came, and I talked to their manager and just told them, I said the communication, as far as what the manufacturer said and everything, I said that I was expecting a crane here this morning, and I said, look, I'm not mad, just get it working. I said, but the communication or lack thereof was kind of irritating.
Yeah.
So, you know, but like I said, they got it up and running, and for the last 2 months, man, we have several days of practice, and then Wednesday through Thursday we've been doing games. We did one up in Casa Grande. Lewis, you're probably familiar from when you came down here. Casa Grande's, and that's where you went to see the I think it was the ruins. You had posted video, you and your wife had gone and seen the ruins. That's the Casa Grande area. So we drove out of here and drove up there, and that day I want to say it was about 105 or 106 down here, and when we got to Casa Grande, it was between 108 and 110, and we were out there doing a 7-on-7 game.
That's crazy.
About 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and this time of year, the sun, like right now, the sun's still up. It's 7:22. The sun's probably starting to go behind the mountain, but it's going to be daylight for another half hour, 45 minutes. So, yeah, so it's still pretty warm. I mean, once it gets about this time of the day, it's still warm, but it feels so much nicer. But we're starting out. So that day, I think we met at the school here and then left around 3 o'clock and drove down there. We were on the field. We started our game at about 5, and we were on the field about 4, between 4 and 4:30, warming up. And like I said, it was between 108 and 110. So, but it's just when you're out here long enough, and as long as you're out in the elements at the beginning of the summer when it's in the 90s and hitting 100, and as long as you're staying hydrated, it's just normal for us. You know, it is rough, but I mean, there's a couple of days I came home and not only crashed out, but just kind of laid around until about 2:30, 3 o'clock when we had to head into the school. Because even on our practice days, we start at 3:30. Now we're not on the field at 3:30. We're in what we call the war room, and we're watching film because the head coach has drones, and we fly the drones over the field while we're doing the plays. So we go over film and then go over some of the plays and stuff. And then by about between 4 and 4:30 we're getting out on the field. So,
Yeah,
and then I
think I'll stay here near the ocean.
yeah. Yeah. Well, our head coach just got back from San Diego. He had to go there for some meetings and stuff for the school. And we just got done with weightlifting and stuff today, and some measurements and stuff. We did their max lifts and then some running and jump measurements, but because we have a 2-week dead period, we're starting right now. And but he just got back from San Diego, and I was asking him where he stayed, and I was like, man, that's wonderful, that's beautiful, just right there off the beach, or right off the ocean, and that nice ocean breeze. I wished I could have gone just to enjoy it. Well, usually when I get out of here, if I go to California, I usually go to San Diego, and I'll go to the beach. It's easy to find me if you're looking for me. If I'm in San Diego, I'm at the beach, jumping in that nice cold ocean.
Next year expo is at San Diego.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that's nice. It's nice.
Oh yeah.
TV.
Great
Your
weather.
message.
Yeah. Sell me the G8. Yeah.
Now we just got to make sure you make it that long, Brian.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I'll make it.
Oh, they're
We'll
being
see.
picky too. They want the black one, Keith.
No, that's fine. I'll sell the black one. I'm not selling the red one.
Are they both automatics?
Yeah.
I've seen the red one. I haven't seen the black one, I don't think.
Black one's not anything. The black one has rebuilt motor. I don't know about the transmission. It's got a cam in it, headers, exhaust. Sounds real
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
But the other one, the red one, is the Firehawk. That one I'm not selling.
Oh yeah, not at all.
That one
No
I'm
way.
keeping.
No
There was
way, no
the yellow one was for sale. The yellow Firehawk GXP, which is a 6-speed. It was on Bring a Trailer.
Mhm.
I think it went up to 60,000, I think, and it didn't meet reserve.
Mm. See, I'm happy with the Challenger we got, but I wouldn't mind a manual G8.
Yeah, you would have. It went up to $68,000, and it didn't meet reserve.
Mm.
And the guy that's selling it said last time this car sold, it sold for 100. So he's probably trying to get
Make money
100
back.
for it.
Yeah.
That
How much you ask
much?
for the black one?
Huh?
How much you asking for the black one?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't really thought about selling it. So
Yeah.
that thing's got. I mean, on the body, it's almost 180,000, I think, on it. I'm trying to think what else I did to it.
What's happening? Is 6.0?
6.0, yeah.
Hmm.
6.0. They got rid of the displacement on demand, or AFM, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It was like the first thing they got rid of that. Also, like a 3,000 stall speed converter in it. What else? I had a whole list of stuff that the guy did before me. Basically, the only thing I did is I put headers on it. I put a dipstick in it because they don't come with dipsticks for the transmission.
Go ahead.
Mm.
So I did that. What else? I don't think I did much else to it.
Yeah, they're nice.
Carbon fiber drive shaft.
No, I think I still have the 2-piece drive shaft. They have it where you can get rid of. Yeah, you could get a carbon fiber. I'm not going to do that, but you can get a solid 1-piece drive shaft if you want.
Oh,
That
it's got the
G8,
carrier variant.
It's like the GTO, right?
So it's 4-door GTO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Holden. It's a Holden Commodore.
And then it
what
comes
it
up.
is.
Yeah.
And then the GTO was the Mondeo, whatever it's. Yeah.
Monero.
Monero. Yep, that's it.
Those are nice cars. The both the Monero and the Commodore are nice cars.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't. I mean, basically, just they made it left-hand drive, and then just put different badges on it. They didn't do anything different. They just took the Holden badges and put Pontiac badges on it.
Yeah, and then I think the front fascia with the Pontiac's kidney.
Kidney, they put the kidney beans in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the front bumpers. But yeah, but it's like.
But and I think that's it.
Yeah, and then when they went to the SSs, they barely did anything. That is just a badge swap, and
Yeah,
and switching the steering wheel over to the other side. But if you look at the way the dash is, there's a middle section, and then there's the two side sections. It looks like you just take this section and just go put it over here and just
Yeah,
swap
just
them. So
The,
yeah.
the Cruise is the same way in the Malibu.
Yeah.
You can see where they can switch it over.
Yeah.
Oh, for the other countries.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna shut the show down.
All right.
All right, everybody, thanks for coming, hanging out with us in the chat. If you want to see us live again next week, tell all your friends to come visit. We do this every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. We see you guys next week. Oh, have a wonderful 4th of July and stay safe. Don't blow your fingers off.
Yeah.